My name is Heather Feather. I am the owner of Rare Bird Medicine, and today's topic is I'm satisfied. Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied with your life, the design that you have implemented based on the choices you have made or are making? Are you satisfied with your relationships? Are you satisfied with your job? Are you satisfied with yourself, your glorious self? Are you satisfied? It's taken me decades to figure out that one of the key pieces of feeling and experiencing satisfaction in this quote unquote reality, not sure if it's a reality, if it's made out of emptiness, but I digress. One of the key elements of finding satisfaction here is enjoying the little things, enjoying the wind on a hot day, enjoying the breeze, enjoying the opportunity to have a walk and clear the mind. I often park way far away from the front door of any store because I want to get exercise and I want to get steps in, and I don't have to be agitated like everybody trying to get that spot right by the front door. Let me park out here where there's lots of spots and let me get some exercise every time I go to a store, you know what I mean? And I get to enjoy that walk and I get to clear my mind before I go into a space with a bunch of minds. And so to each their own, there's no superiority in that choice. I find that little piece, that little grace of like, oh, this is aiding my physical satisfaction. This is aiding my physical wellness. This is aiding my mind clearing. I find that to be a little grace. And so there are all kinds of things that happen in our day. I love a really good cup of coffee. Loves a yummy cup of coffee. And when I make one at home to start my day, and that first sip, I feel like an inner song of satisfaction. I feel so satisfied in the moment. And part of that is my consistent willingness to deliver great gratitude and great joy more and more as I've aged, for the little things. Sometimes the big things do not get delivered in your lifespan. Heather does not have any children. I have had periods where I've been like really at peace with that and have thought, wow, that's a total grace because I want to make a college. My attention is well needed. And predominantly, I'm somebody that always thought I would have a family. You know, my mom had 3 kids. I always thought I would have kids. And so sometimes that's really painful to me. And I always thought I'd have a partner, a beloved, you know, the hand that I will be graced to get to hold until I turn to ash, because I plan on burning this flesh costume. Fire is very cleansing. And that is not present in my life. And that is something that's garnered a tremendous amount of attention in my life. I have a Libra Venus, so my female side is very relational and desires relationship. The Cancer Mars and Cancer Moon, so emotionally and behavior-wise, I seek to nest and be a little nurturer. And my nurturing is meant for the world, and it's meant for myself, and it's meant for my cat, and it's not meant for this larger construct called this is my family and this is my beloved. And I feel in the past several years, I've been coming to a place of just accepting, like, it looks like we're doing solo journey. And, you know, like, I like myself. I love myself. I enjoy myself. And although there are large parts of my life that my favorite words are family and home, and there are ways I don't ever feel at home because my home doesn't include any interaction with another two-legged in which I'm getting to receive a mind and a heart and a spirit, and being received as a mind and a heart and a spirit and a body and all of that. And as I've been walking through these years, I feel like I've just kind of been coming to this piece of being satisfied with walking the solo journey all the way to the grave. You know, I went to the mountain. It's weird. I went this past week at a later time. And the whole way there, I was like, I'm going to go to the base of the mountain. I'm going to immediately hike that little trail I found. I can't wait to just go as far as I can before I have to get back. And when I got to the base, I just kept driving. I was like, no, I want to drive and see if there's birds and deers. And so I drove for a little bit and was like, let's not waste gas. Came back down. And as soon as I park and get out of my car, this guy's getting out of his car. And I have this tendency to be willing to take risks to bring opportunity for a relationship into my life. And I wound up connecting with this guy, and he's polyamorous, which is a common challenge. I find I personally, I respect the heck out of polyamory because I wish more people would recognize if they are polyamorous and just on the front end say I'm polyamorous, and stop choosing to get sexually involved with people that are monogamous, because you're bound to just hurt their feelings if you wind up lying and sleeping with other people. So there's a lot of integrity in being able to say I'm polyamorous. Nobody owns me. I'm not trying to lock anything down, but if you want to sleep together, we can. I appreciate the integrity of that. And this gentleman is polyamorous. And so that's absolutely very attractive and very interesting, very mysterious, interesting, fun person that's helping me to evolve in some ways. But not a romantic interest. And so, like, it's funny that things can come into your life and you think, oh my God, is this the satisfaction of a fulfilled wish, of partnership? And again, for the 1 millionth time, no, Heather. No, it's not. Okay, duly noted. So it's like, I meet so many that are not interested in really coming into union and having intimacy and loyalty and monogamy. And great, love that story. May you have all the lovers you seek. But it's like, there's this piece of, can I be satisfied in a life that doesn't fulfill what it is I think I desire? I don't need anything. And I say it to myself often because I'm going to die. Death coming like a freight train. And so I don't need food. I desire food because my preference is to stay alive. But I don't need it. I could stop eating and starve to death and die. Either way, I'm going to die. You know what I mean? I don't need shelter. I prefer it. I don't need plumbing. I don't. So I don't really identify with the word need. However, I do have desires. I desire food because I desire to stay alive, because I really love and like myself, and I'm in the best period of my life ever, and I'm enjoying my life so much. And so because I have a desire for divine union, and it does not, I get instead a lot of really divine lessons, we can say, but because it is not something that is present in my field, can I still live a life being satisfied? And yes, and then also some more yes. Yes, yes, I can. Because I do stand in awe of the layers of satisfaction that are present in my life. I've had very scarce periods throughout my life, I don't come from a lot of money. I don't come from a college education. I don't come from opportunities that some people have and may take for granted. I don't come from a lifestyle where you get to have a washer and dryer. I go to a lavanderia or washateria, Like, there are certain things that are not graces that were present, but they do come with other graces. Like, I'm very resourceful, and but now I'm at a time in my life where I'm actually very abundant. And I'm coming into a space to where I can see the wheels are changing as far as this scarcity conversation I've been living in. And so one of the themes in my life that's become present in Akashic Records is, can I go from surviving to thriving? And much of my life has been about surviving. Can I survive past this trauma? Can I survive past this assault? Can I survive past this death, or let's stack deaths all the way to the heavens? Can I survive past all these dead bones I stand on as I walk through the world? Can I survive past this accident? Can I survive past this lack and blah, 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 blah department? And yes, not only can I survive, I can also thrive. But more importantly, I can be satisfied. And it doesn't just stem from taking more time to really enjoy the little graces. Oh, that bird song. I love to tell a bird, oh, I love your song. And sometimes they're like, oh, good, I got an even bigger one. They'll give me beautiful songs. I let them know I love their song. And I just delight like a child in the fulfillment of that satisfaction of being in communion with nature. Nature is a great satisfier. There's so much resplendent opportunity for technology in the modern age, and Heather Feather uses it, and it is a tool. But I don't necessarily want to put a hammer in my pocket and carry it with me everywhere. I want to use a hammer to put a nail in a board when it's time to put a nail in a board. And so there are components of technology that can disengage us from our opportunity to resonate to our native frequency, which is nature, Mother Nature, our natural rhythm. If you've ever had your third eye open from being on psilocybin or acid or plant medicines, you don't want to engage with technology at all. It feels like a completely dead, gross, that you actually feel repellent to it when your third eye is wide open, which I find interesting. And I can, like anyone else, doom scroll. I'm like, this bear is friends with this duck, and this chicken rides on this horse's back, and this monkey has a pet bunny. I can do that until the end of time. And I'd really rather go out in nature and watch the beautiful hawk fly overhead and see the crows, the murder of crows, and see the family of deer, And so part of finding satisfaction for me is being a better guardian of the gateway of how much technology I let in versus how much nature I let in. How much am I calibrating my frequency to nature, my nature, Mother Nature, and how much am I calibrating my frequency to something that when all three eyes are open, I don't want anything to do with it. You know what I mean? Just keeping it all balanced there. And so when we're talking about satisfaction, what is it? I just noticed, especially in the Western world, it's the one I'm living in this flesh sack, in this iteration of Heather Feather. There's as a capitalist society, it's like, I want more, I need more. It makes me think of the Sweatshop Boys song, Need More. I need more, I need more. It's like, I need that new iPhone, I need these kicks, I need this, I gotta consume. And then it's a hole that never quite gets filled because there's this misnomer that satisfaction comes from that next cute flirtation, that next new object, and what I'm asking myself, as I don't have, flirtations, and I really work to consume less objects. I do consume them. Look, here's some. You know what I mean? But I work to consume less because it's like, what am I doing? Just trying to stack my house with a bunch of stuff for people to sift through when I'm dead, and I'll be dead. We know that. So, how much stuff do I need in here? You know what I mean? And so I'm working to live on less and be satisfied with that, to use my money for experiences and travel instead of objects and things, and teach their own. I'm not judging purchasing. I'm just asking, what is satisfaction to you? Maybe satisfaction is some type of purchase. Maybe there's some sort of thing. It's like, if I could just get this thing, but then you're spending your money nonstop on, DoorDash. And so I would recommend, if you believe you would have satisfaction from having this one thing that always feels so far away from you, perhaps finding a way to balance your budget and not spend money on other things. Have one television programming platform and just watch the shows on that. Don't have all four. That'll save money. There are lots of ways we can save money through the choices we make by not spending money in other ways. And then you can get this thing that you really feel will give you satisfaction because you've longed for it your whole life. I think we could have more satisfaction in the modern age getting a toy we wanted as a child and allowing our inner child to have some fun. It's like, allow your inner child to stay alive, adult. Maybe you're being very serious and severe and adulting all the time, and maybe what you could really use is a toy. Maybe you could use a friggin' kite at the dollar store and a goofy windy day to see how silly and fun the four winds are. Make friends with those entities this day. What is it that causes you to be satisfied? Is it time to reframe that? Is it time to make a new decision? For me, I've always kind of believed that I will be satisfied. Heather will be fulfilled when she is in her divine union, when she is with her beloved. And I feel like the past couple of years, it's like, or not. Actually, I'm fairly satisfied. My life is such a blessing. It's such a grace. Each person that I get to engage with is such a blessing and such a grace. And each moment alone is such a blessing and such a grace. And every animal and every tree is such a blessing and such a grace. Are you satisfied right now? And is there anything in your life that you maybe need to remove from your mind as an idea that is necessary for you to truly taste satisfaction in your lifetime. You can always subscribe to Rare Bird Medicine on YouTube, like and comment there. Always love your thoughts. Amun.